How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the show. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. I love it. I have to repost this on X every single time because for some reason it doesn't post automatically. And that's what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, intro's almost over. Let me go. Ah, shoot, I forgot to post the thing. And then I go post it. And then right at the end of it, it's like, da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, I got like 3 seconds. Can I click the button and look at the other screen in time to go back here and give you all a great intro? Doing our best here. Doing our best. RHMax.tv. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, it's a good shirt. One of my favorite shirts. The big pump of metal. Let's pump it up. Let's pump it up. Good to see you all again. Happy Wednesday out there. Hope you're doing fantastic. We got Fast Abdul back on the show. He often says smart things and lacks FUD. So that's the flavor of the ice cream we like on PulseChain. We got vanilla. We got chocolate. We got Fast Abdul. Welcome back to the show. Boom, you're in.
Hey, Max. Thanks for having me back despite what happened last time.
You know what? Did you do really, really well last time? I assume that's what happens every time.
I'll take it. If that's how you remember it, we'll go with that.
I think you're doing great, man. I'm excited. I'm PulseChain is PulseChain right now, and I know everyone's kind of got their kind of up and down on different news every once in a while comes across the desk here, and it's like, whoa, there's a thing that happened. But a lot of it's just like got some bridging in, got some bridging out, got some noise, got some signal here and there, and I'm a little bit, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm feeling pretty hyper, pretty ready to rock and roll.
There's some pretty salacious items in the social feeds right now. I think it's there's some that seem very encouraging, and I want to wait for the second shoe to drop, but like there's a couple that like, okay, this seems like this could be good for us.
I think that, the last couple days, even today we got some more stuff to talk about, but I'm getting breaking news. Fast Abdul, I'm getting breaking news.
Breaking news.
There has been a change. You tell me what is different about this page. Whoa. 0 following. Was it a fat finger? We haven't even got to the topic yet. But now Richard Hart has 0 following. There was a 1 there. Everyone, for context, if you've been living under a rock for the last 2 days, there was a 1 there. And that 1 has become a 0. What does it mean, Fast Abdul, senior following correspondent? Go.
My best guess is like 2 guesses in order. Guess number 1, that it was an experiment. Like, what if I follow this person who seems like a community member but relatively harmless, like not pushing any products, not part of any team, to see what happens, to see if their followings blow up would be the metric that could be measured most easily, and that was successful if that was the experiment. Or number 2, fat fingered mistake.
That was the subject of a poll that I posted. We'll see what the results would be. I asked the question, was it?
What do you think, Max, before we hit the poll?
I just think it was an accident, honestly. My first reaction was like, by the way, do you believe in magic?
Like it is a community profile, and he would have been looking at the profile like it, like presumably in order to be able to press the button. No, I guess it pops up other places on the screen.
I didn't even do a poll. I just did a question mark deal. Accident, conspiracy sign. Yeah, it was definitely, I'm sure plenty of people read into it and think, oh, this person has, or this account has whatever going on, and it's a sign and there's clues and follow this and that. Conspiracy, I don't know. I guess my first instinct was, I was totally like, because you did that before, right? Like you've accidentally clicked buttons and whatever.
Hey, and guy, totally possible. But I've also followed people just to help them out, right? Be like, oh, okay, this guy's doing good things, I'll give him a follow. Though Richard, with his 0 following count, is obviously doesn't subscribe to that necessarily, but maybe he's changing it up, right? Like maybe that was the test, because when you look at that person's profile, I didn't do a deep dive, but they are basically, until like yesterday, they were inactive since 2023. They just reposted things, like their replies were a little on the right wing side, but like they they seemed like pretty innocuous, right? Like it wasn't a dangerous person. Nothing bad happened from following them. They didn't launch a meme coin. So like if I was going to do a test, I might pick someone like that to do a test on.
I like this. Number 3, she got
Made
they got their account back. They got their account back, and who he follows talked about getting your. Yeah, if you were the only follower, I bet that account got a lot of followers.
Yep.
In the meantime, but yeah, I think it was just an access. That seems to be, what is it? Occam's razor. The simplest answer oftentimes is the highest probability of happening type deal. It's just like he's probably, I could just imagine like he's scrolling, click a couple buttons, and then it's like, all right, I'm getting off of here, and then forgot about you and came back and was like, oh, that number should be different, and then I think that's the most. That's the biggest thing.
But though I think the experiment thing's possible, and like from my rough estimation, like the lady is now at about 4,800 followers, and when I saw it for the first time, she was about 4,400. So like a day or two of Richard Hart following you is worth 400 or 500 followers with no other interaction, right? So if even if it wasn't an experiment, we have acquired this data.
Oh,
it could be used for future marketing.
It's true. It's true. Sorry, I just saw this comment, and this actually could be the thing. Yeah. When he unfollowed everyone, Cindy's account was suspended. He couldn't unfollow, and the account wasn't recognized, so no follow attributed. Once her account got suspended, or follow appeared. See, technically that makes sense. However, why hasn't this happened before? Has he just never followed anyone who was that the only account that ever got suspended that he had followed before? Because I would think
we didn't notice because he caught it earlier, right?
Mm-hmm. So
you think like with the number of people, like how many people did he follow like 3 years ago? Like, was it a big number or a small number? Like, are we talking 1,000?
I want to say around 1,000 before he unfollowed. I want to say around 1,000.
It might not come up that often then, right? Like out of 1,000 people, how many get their accounts suspended? Like, it wouldn't be 1 in 100. Like it might be 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
If you were selective about who you followed in the first place. So that, I see with the the tech info from Extrovert there, I see that as possibly the most likely answer now.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, so
thank goodness she did seem like a gentle soul, more or less, and it wasn't it wasn't shilling something terrible.
Yeah, I think that's the two things that make the most sense. Either accidentally clicking the button or had no control over it. It was just like, oh, this account came back and, oh, well, I'm following somebody now, that kind of thing. So I could see that. I just want to scroll real quick. Chad, I'm sure you have an opinion, so get in there if you want to. But I thought that was something that I wanted to cover here real quick. Any bullish posts from Richard? I thought that was some bullish ones other than the bridge stuff.
Let's see.
Maybe
there's a lot of poking at other people in the space.
Oh yeah, this is something interesting. I'll say real quick that I thought the biggest thing I got out of this, I read it and I was like, the thing that struck me the most is not founding a coin launcher that burns ETH. I was like, was that a pumped up tires? Is he saying, I mean, again, he's not saying he made pumped up tires, but everything else is opposite here. This is the biggest point, because before I was like, somebody else could have totally made it. He could have had ideas or suggestions or whatever. But when he said this, I was like, okay, maybe pumped up tires is from there. But like, if it is, then why not put on PulseChain, or why not say it? Maybe he will one day. But that was the only interesting thing. I'll say like, oh wow, that actually pushed me in the direction of okay, yeah, maybe pumped up tires could be acknowledged as an official PulseChain product one day. Maybe. Or it could just be another account another dev team that just does good stuff. But I thought that was striking. Anything interesting strike you about this one?
I think that's just a jab at Ethereum and Vitalik, etc. Right? Like he's done this and they haven't, even though he doesn't claim it. But he's claiming that Vitalik is not founded a coin launcher that burns ETH, and we all know that he did or had something to do with doing it. So I think that's it's right on the nose.
It'd be funny if Vitalik it's like, all right, I'm now launching this zero knowledge proof DEX. Tomorrow, right?
right?
He writes a blog about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like,
Probably
and then
not.
and Vitalik like announces like, like the Ethereum Foundation is dumping 1,000 Ethereum today, and people are like, okay, right? Like, whereas like if Richard was like, we're gonna sell $100 million of Pulse today, like we would freak out, right? Like we'd be all over him. So like it's like clearly there's two sets of standards here.
Yeah, I didn't even take it as like same bit of metallic. I just thought it was like basically the first sentence, because price sucks, a bad piece for crashing out, lashing out left and right. I thought this was more of just like see how much I've done that Vitalik hasn't recently, type of thing. I don't think it's about Vitalik. It was more of like, hey, look all this stuff.
Yeah, it's self-promotional indirectly. Yeah,
that I'm not saying I did. I say it in the opposite thing. Not being SEC. Yeah, all that stuff. Shout out to SEC Victory. I think today or recently was the 1 year anniversary, by the way. So shout out to that. Victory is sweet. Victory is sweet.
Indeed.
Like it a lot. Like it a lot. What was the I know we got a couple things you brought up before as well. I mean, just on that, let me go to this real quick, and we'll go to the other stuff happening in the ecosystem, because the Finland thing. Okay, I guess this is another big thing. Let's just jump to this while we're here.
Sure.
The Finland thing, there was an article. I'll bring it up as well. This is a thread, by the way. Dr. Pegger went through maybe a month or so ago, some different pieces on that. If you haven't seen it before, it's got a few different things in thread, and kind of like catching up on like some of the stuff and Interpol and your poll and all those things. But recently, let me pull up I saw the PulseChain. Yeah, this one, the PulseChain stats. Shout out to PulseChain stats. Got some great information.
I looked into that article to see, because it looked like old information to me. But I checked the date on it. Like, when was this published? And it was published like today.
Yeah, this is let's see if we can do a translate here for people, unless you speak Finnish. Let's see. So please trying to get
crypto, but I've never spoken the language. I think it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
It was a very brown country. Like, people wore like drab clothing, like it was all like muted, like beiges and browns. And they were well, they just seemed kind of boring, so generally attractive.
Well, it's like, not about the people, but about their government, or whoever's trying to get this $208 million from Richard, or taxes owed on, what they say, how much? 280 million euros is what they're saying. But anyways, let me read. So Richard James Schuler, crypto influencer, is needed by the Finnish tax authorities. Police is in Dubai. So yeah, that's a big piece too. Dubai. Yeah, what we're talking about, people are speculating Taiwan, Dubai, basically any place without extradition, I guess. Is Dubai one of those places? I don't even know.
Like earlier, there was speculation he was in South Asia based on, which he publicized, like the X had, doxed him, and he was mad about that, or I wouldn't talk about it. But like, yeah, the speculation was he was in South Asia. Now this seems to be speculation he's in Dubai, which is a popular location for, crypto billionaires, I think. Maybe less so with the current going ons in Iran. But like, I see no proof he's in Dubai in this document.
I think the biggest striking thing from this, again, it just talks about how, now it just mentions the tax stuff too, where before they had the SOL stuff, which has been, I think, removed from, is it from Interpol and Europol? Like, this is not even there.
Europol, it took them down completely, was my understanding last time I looked. Interpol, he's still on there, but it just says the tax thing. The assault is gone, so that disappeared.
Okay, great.
Which is encouraging.
I feel like for a year or two, like everyone, like generally is like such a sham, right? Like I've been saying to myself, such a sham, and now we see the assault stuff is gone, which it was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And now the tax stuff it feels like they're just trying to hang on to this. Oh, but the money, and then the money part, but rich person, let's get rich person who the money. And by the way, you can search RHMax. If you type in like the Interpol or Finnish stuff, I did streams where I talk about all these different ways where it may not even qualify. Like, you got to be in the country Like it could be like you got to be there for a certain period of time. Not a citizen. There's like all these like legal pieces to it that could even disqualify someone from owing taxes on it, let alone the whole sacrifice thing and how that's, was set up different and all those pieces too. So there's a whole lot of like ways this could get resolved without actually owing the tax. But just on this piece, and I'll get your take on it as well. The most striking thing from this was they're basically, I don't know, it just sounds like this last ditch effort where they're like, okay, this is not looking good. Like, let's, there's this press article about it. Again, like rich person, get money from them type deal. With it, there's not much to hang on to here. It feels like this is getting towards the end of it, right? It feels like this is like the last ditch kind of thing that we hope, at least, before, all right, now all the stuff is gone and he's actually not getting persecuted anymore. Actually, it's, we're good. What do you think?
You know what really strikes me here, that I think is not what most people are focused on. It's not that like okay, they seem like they're becoming resigned to like their fate as far as they may not recover this. Is it comparably, not for me but for him, small amount of money they're trying to get, right? Like it says 280 million euros, which is around 330, less than 330 million US dollars. And like we know that he has probably much more than that. I would put him somewhere, between 500 million and $1 billion based on the things that I know about. And there could certainly be many things I don't know about, just talking about the sacrifice funds and stuff like that. And we don't know where those are. They've gone through Tornado Cash, but like there's like he could have paid their 280 million euros at any point in time, is my belief. So like he chose not to. And these things, like with these kind of dollars, they become a negotiation. So like, and like we know he has lawyers. Somehow that assault charge disappeared. I imagine lawyers were involved. He has like good, scary lawyers. So I'm like, my guess is that those lawyers are now negotiating this tax bill. And like, from a business standpoint, you would probably reduce it as like negotiate as low as you possibly could, and then go from there. But from his standpoint, he might want it to be zero as like a political stance. Like I don't care if it's better. I don't care if it takes longer. I'm not paying you anything. I could see him doing that. But like, would the Finnish government accept $100 million, which I think is less than 10% of his fortune that he's holding on to? There's a good chance at this point that they would. And time with this kind of thing tends to make that number lower, not bigger. So after this much time, would they accept 100 million? Would they accept 50 million? Would they settle for $10 million, which is, pocket change to him? And once that happens, right, like what happens to PulseChain, right? Like, I think it would be huge.
So yes, Schuler still wanted, but he's no longer on Europol's list of names for the crime. And then, even here, to your point, if he admitted the act, it could be a lesser penalty. Yeah, I think he's just, I mean, if I were to speculate, it's like, don't owe anything. Why would I do this? And then just waiting to the last time, like, okay, maybe there's a really small deal to be made, but I don't know, man. SEC victory.
It's almost like this is a letter to him, the way it reads, like they're writing to Richard Hart. They're like, hey, Richard, just say like you did it and we'll make a deal. Like, because like it says, like it could be a lesser amount, like, and I think it could be a much lesser amount, though like a lawyer could draw up an agreement where like a no fault type agreement where you don't admit to something but you agree to pay something, and if it's just about money, they might do that. And as far as a business move, like if he could pay this off for, let's say, $50 million, and then he would then be free to stream, he would be free to talk about PulseChain, and PulseChain wouldn't have this over their head anymore. I would say money well spent.
People like to hear Richard stream and talk about PulseChain. They like that kind of thing.
I've been seeing like the odd person, in the feeds, who seems to be pro on the concept.
Richard, please stream.
I think there might be some like big players in the industry who want to interview Richard Hart. And I saw some posts about that recently, or I think they're posts about that.
Richard, why don't you come on stream and we'll get this PulseChain going. I don't know why. It reminds me of you see the South Park episode with the Mickey Mouse and the Jonas Brothers?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how they got by with. I mean, of course they're like, of course now I think the copyright ended or something like that. But just the voice they do.
They get sued all the time is how they get by.
You gotta get out there
Donald
and
Trump
sing.
sued them several times, and I'm sure the Jonas Brothers have too, right? Like they just have a budget for getting sued.
Chat, let me know if you've seen the Mickey Mouse Jonas Brothers. I don't watch much of him these days, but boy, that was struck me as there's some episodes where you're like, wow, I can't believe that was made, and it was super funny. Yeah, but Jeweler himself would not comment on the matter at the stage, his assistant said. So that is man, that is pretty interesting. I think it's been heating up in the last I mean, it heats up from time to time, and sometimes there's boring news day, but boy, today is not such the case. Pretty good. What else is going on fast, Abdul? I've got a few pieces for the docket here for the list of topics and all that fun stuff. What do you want to look at?
Do you want to take a look at here? Which one is it? No. I think it's the second one in the chat. Nope. No, the first one I put in the chat. Let's take a look at that.
The fired from Coinbase?
No, the one at the top. Well, we can talk about that too, because yeah, that's big crypto news.
Is this the Brian Armstrong, or where do you want to go on that?
I was thinking of the Rand one.
Yeah, where is Cryptomanran? Man, just a bunch of people saying they got fired early off from Coinbase.
Yeah. Coinbase laid off a bunch of people.
Crypto.
But take a look at my profile, or the top one I have in our private chat here is the one I'm talking about that I think is juicy.
Okay, I did not see another. Let's see. I just see one in there. I just see the fire from Coinbase one for some reason. But I'll go to your profile though.
I have several in there.
Apparently looked at this before. 5 ways Richard could use Provex to pump PulseChain. It's also a swell post, if I remember, on that one. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. You did DM me. You did DM me.
There we go. That one. Go up. Yeah. Click on Rand Nooner there.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I was summoned to a secret location to interview a guest I wanted to interview for a while. We had to sign strict NDAs, but we made it happen. The interview was fire. We will release in a day or two on the location. I am almost 100% sure that it's not Richard.
Rand? Like someone summoned him, right? That's not like I can't summon him. He doesn't return my DMs. I think this could be Richard.
Do you hear my first response? So I'm 100% sure that it's not Richard. I'm gonna take the under on this one. I don't know. I'm trying to put aside the beaten down bear market intuition as well, but I don't know. I guess I've wanted to interview for a while. That kind of sounds like he's never interviewed him. He didn't say that, but it kind of sounds like, if he would have said that
he has recently said he wanted to interview Richard Hart, even though he has before, I believe. But in the last year or so, he said yeah, we'll get Richard on here. Like he's talked about interviewing Richard Hart. And the secret location, who in crypto needs a secret location where, it can't be revealed and Rand can't talk about it till he's out of the location. Who would set all those standards via NDA, right? It's it. I don't know. I can't think of that many people that would have to do that or want to do it that he would respond to, most importantly, right?
I guess. I mean, I feel like
give me one person it could be that's not Richard.
The Tron guy, the Telegram guy. What's his name?
Yeah. Justin Sun.
No, sorry, not the Tron guy. I meant Ton, TON guy, the Telegram founder. What's his name? Is it Vlad or? Man, I can't remember his name. I know because I watched the interview. Yeah, it'll as soon as you say it, it'll be like, oh,
Pavel Durov.
Yeah, Pavel. Yeah, why not him?
Does he have legal issues?
I mean, he was in France or something for a while, wasn't he? And I'm pretty sure I haven't seen an interview with him and Rand. Again, I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah. It looks like he was arrested in France in August 2024, facing serious criminal charges regarding insufficient moderation of his messaging app.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's a
seem very
target
crypto
stuff.
focused, you know?
Let's see. I mean, okay, if it is Richard, like this is PulseChain season, right? Like we get an interview with Rand
Yeah.
release. Why? How would that not be the signal for? Yeah, the guy's back.
And we $97,000 in ETH, like 40 ETH bridge onto the chain today. Like that could be Rand himself, right? Like you know, making his DCA into PulseChain with the information that he gleaned.
Your words, sir. Your words are very bullish. I like it.
Not financial advice, just my opinions. That's all.
Your words are very, very, very much. I would like for that to happen. I always laugh. Like you see the guy who is it that posts like only 249 days to Richard's Christmas video.
Indeed.
Every time I see that, it cracks me up. I'm just like, I mean, I just see it now. I think he posts it like, I feel like it's every day now, but the first few times I was like, oh man, are we doing Christmas? Are we doing Christmas again? Like, oh. Anyways. Oh yeah, here we go. Bitcoin. So we got Roger Ver. I'm sure they did some interviews before together, but that could be too. I mean, I definitely hope it's Richard, but I don't know. I feel like he would have. I feel like
Roger sounds like the likely one. Actually, that's also possible.
If it's not Richard, I'm blocking you.
Yeah, we certainly jumped on this one.
Oh man, I love this. There's so many posts that I just you ever look at some posts, especially the ones from a few years ago, you're like, man, I love this post. Like it's like some of the posts are just wrapped in nostalgia. They're just cool, right? Yeah, Louis Vuitton airplane. That is cool. Those sunglasses are cool. Like everything about this picture, including the memes that put like Javier Milei, well, they put Trump, they put like a bunch of people in there. They're just cool and fun and just, man, like let's go. Like pretty funny.
And we need that action back, you know? Like I think like live Richard Hart, unrestricted Richard Hart would be a game changer for us.
No one cares.
And I have no doubt that like having a Interpol red notice restricts you, right? Like people tend to forget that. Oh, why isn't Richard doing this and that? Like he's got an Interpol freaking red notice, right? Like that would be a lot of weight.
It's coming down. It's been halved, if you will, lately.
Yep. Yeah. The halving of the red notice has occurred.
Is this? I don't even know about the comment, but like Richard as a monk, it just cracks me up too. I assume that's a monk. Wow. I just haven't got a chance to go through these. What a fun time. What a fun day. We can still have fun days in PulseChain, right? We can still have the fun days.
Oh.
Pretty fun. Pretty fun. All right. Let it be Richard. Let it be Richard. Chat, are you having fun? We're having fun. I also want to bring this one up real quick, and we can. Oh yeah, let me do this real quick, and we'll pop over to next one fast. I think you got one or two more as well. February 28th. People don't remember this. If you don't remember, might want to get a refresh. Hart said, "Oh, I remember this one. It's very hard to, it's like 240. It's a very specific number too. 241,500 Bitcoin." Question mark. Surprisingly, 60% of people deny this top call. Perhaps it was worded confusingly. You could say that is 241,500 Bitcoin top prediction, and will it come true? So yeah, Coffee did a poll. I didn't even see this poll until he posted this. Is this a top call? And most people said no. And I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do now, but it hasn't hit even half. Even half that. I guess it has hit half that. It's at like 120 or something, right?
I would be happy if it hit 241,000. I think that,
boo.
Nor do I think
boo.
it's impossible.
What team are you on, Fast? Boo. I want 241,000 PulseChain coin.
Oh yes, but I think there could be a small correlation between
the rising tide and ships deal, all that. Yeah. Might top it one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, wasn't Tom Lee buying Ethereum again or something? Wasn't there a stake in it? I saw some stuff on that. And is Ethereum 10K, 11K, 15K? Pray for 15K would be okay. Is it back 15K and pray, 15K and be okay? Is that back in play? billions and billions of dollars of funds we may never see bridge into the ecosystem, or could see, or at a,
I believe at
yeah.
$6,000 Ethereum, the sack bags, when I used to track them, were worth $2 billion. So every multiple of that, you know, like we could, if we could get up to 18K Ethereum would be good, because then it'd be worth $6 billion, which is a nice round number to input into the ecosystem.
You know, 690 or $369, $369,000, $369 million.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's a good number.
Let's go. What else you got, Fast? What's going on?
Well, there was a post from Alex that I sent you that I think is interesting. Probably a little on the tech side. Do you see that one?
I did. Yeah, I'll pull it up. I also got one on a poll, but let me pull up the.
It requires some translation.
Yeah, even when I saw, I mean, again, I feel like I'm pretty technical, but I'm like, wait, I was gonna look it up. I'm like, is this? I didn't even take the time to dig into it after I saw it. And I'm like, oh, thankfully, Fast Abdul had an explanation, so I was glad you did on that. But this one, so Alex was asking, why did DeBank pull PulseChain support from the platform in Rabby? Oh, it's solvable though. And he posted this, and my first thing was like, this looks like hard drive. This is latency, IOPS, bandwidth, array performance. It sounds like disk stuff, or bandwidth like related, or some kind of metrics around hardware, which, and I haven't read your post yet, but I feel like I'm pretty close on that. So translation, DeBank,
right end of it.
DeBank Rabby probably did not drop PulseChain for political reasons. They likely dropped it because their infrastructure was getting hammered by PulseChain data indexing load, especially storage reads, infrastructure hardware energy when fixed could come into money. So yeah, you know, do you think so you think Alex is spinning up? We've heard about and seen some stuff from infrastructure wise from Alex before. Do you think that's fixable? It's coming soon.
He usually doesn't post for no reason. So, and who he's writing to here is, you know, not the average citizen, because he provided very few details. So he might be providing advice to, you know, Richard or the dev team on how they could fix it, or maybe he already has a fix for it. But the bottom line of this is that it's harder for Rabby to operate on PulseChain because of the infrastructure, and he thinks it could be improved. So it's solvable, he says. So, you know, it's, you know, it would have been expensive for Rabby to operate on PulseChain, I think is the message here. And maybe that was the reason they left, not the, you know, political things we talked about. Of course, Rabby gave no input whatsoever on why they left PulseChain. They just announced that they were leaving, so that, you know, DeBank, as well as the what's no longer functional on PulseChain, and the Rabby wallet no longer supported the things it did, like showing, you know, transaction previews and stuff like that. So Alex is saying this could be the reason, though, like, yeah, we have zero feedback from DeBank on that. So I would ask people to, you know, maybe look towards something like the Internet Money Wallet that is building on PulseChain, instead of, you know, begging Rabby to come back. Though if they do, you know, more the merrier, happy to have them. But like Alex has outlined some problems here that probably affect other builders, and if he can fix them, that would be great.
Let's go builders. Let's go. Man, I got a few different pieces too. This one I want to cover real quick. I don't know if you saw much about it or watched the video, or I haven't got time to dig into it a lot, but Hex is now deflationary. The miners are starting at a faster rate than ending. Not many new miners exist at all due to lower APY. And this was from a video that from Hex Stake Play. I'll link you all to the video. I'll put the link here, and he's got the link to the video there too. But he's been putting out a lot of great Hex content for a while now. Hex Stake Play. So I think yeah, it's a 566 of subs. I mean, look at this. 2 months ago, 17 hours ago, got some bullish Hex stuff. Let's go. $1, $5, $36. Let's go. Hope so. We all like to see some $36 Hex. But yeah, he's got to put out some content. So if you want to learn more about that, Crispy and him and a lot of good people putting out great content on it. So
I just subscribed. I haven't actually heard of this person before, so I'm
Oh
now
yeah, he's been
subscribed to that
on.
YouTube, and it'll be on my radar.
I think he was at the Hex. I think he was at Hex Week. He might have been on the show once or twice before. And then let me hit this real quick too while we're here. I thought it was a really interesting post from Buck the other day. So 2 options. RH is slow rolling. RH is slow rolling a massive plan for Provex that will melt faces later. 2, he's the worst things haters say about him. Middle ground will be pointless for him and everyone else. It's either option A or B. I'm going with A. What do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think?
I think it seems the most likely. If he was going with option B, he could have faded into the nether by now much easier than what he seems to be doing, which is interacting, building, launching things, which I think is a build up to, the main show, which will be when the red notice is dropped. So like if it was option B, I don't think we would have seen pump tires. I don't think we would have seen updates to the websites. I don't think we would have seen him coming back to X and, being a comment guy or reply guy, as well as, like argument guy and promo guy a little bit, not as much as I'd like, because it just would have been much easier for him to just not touch it. Right. Like he was gone. He disappeared and he seems to be coming back. If it was his plan to disappear and not come back and not support PulseChain, why would he do all those things?
Yeah, I mean, he's just not. I don't imagine just sitting there petting a pet rock or pet like gold.
He's
whatever.
in it for the glory, and maybe the tech, and like the path to glory is path A. Path B is a different path that probably he is not taking, in my opinion, as well as Bucks apparently.
Okay, hey guys, really busy right now designing my new palace. So we'll just Provex. Hope it does well. All this time doing that. I feel like he's again, no expectations, no work for us, doesn't know all that stuff. I would like to think, and I suspect he probably thinks pretty deeply about this place, about Hexaco, about the community, and yeah, I feel like he probably wants to succeed. Just a wild guess there. But a question for speaking of Provex, what's the plan for from PTGC Maxi? What's the plan for Provex? Is this what we get, and it's up to us to upgrade it and promote it? What do you think, Fast?
Well, I think like Provex is doing reasonably well price wise, chart wise, for what's been going on in the market, right? Like we're in a situation where it's still above SAC rate for anybody who participated in any of the pools, like Bucks pool, for example. I think break even something like 4 zeros and a 5, and it pretty much hasn't seen that ever, right? So you have like something that people sacrificed for that remained above the effective sacrifice price of the pool price, and is still above that price. And it's like it's been good. Like there's lots of volatility. It's going up and down. People are making a lot on liquidity providing, and other things like LPX is paying fairly well on Provex because of that volatility. Obviously, Richard hasn't pumped it, right? But even the $17 million that was collected from the public in that sacrifice, for which we should have no expectations, $17 million would moon the price of Provex. So, like, I think the best days are yet to come.
Nice. Angry Beaver 999 says, "Guys, come on, PulseChain sucks."
Oh, so articulate, sir. And that looks more like a raccoon, just for the record. I know my beavers, and that ain't no beaver.
I'm not a beaver expert, but that raccoon looks like it could be named Beaver. Maybe.
I'm Canadian. We're all beaver experts.
PulseChain's like, my first reaction when I see that is, there's a lot of different ways to split PulseChain sucks. So has it did the price performance that a lot of us would love to see happen yet? No. Has there been ups and downs? Has there been a lot of cool stuff happening in between? Yes. Does it have as good a chance as any other chain that is not doing well in unfavorable economic conditions, but it's still surviving
better
and
than
thriving as a
most.
community.
Yeah.
You might say better than most. You might be like, you know what? If you look at all the other chains out there, which one has staying power? Which one has a community that refuses to lose? Which one has builders that literally just keep making new tech? And which one has a leader that hasn't given up and is still communicating the best in all the ways he can? The only thing that has, that like I can really, I guess, sympathize with, or with PulseChain, in the realm of PulseChain sucks, is that it's been a while since the price performance has did a lot of X's, even though even that has been up and down. Hopefully people have captured some gains where they could and stuff there.
Like the question is not like, has it done well? It's, is it a good value now? Right. So
yeah,
like based off the current price, because like I don't have a time machine. I can't go back in time. And like, to look at your losses and be like, oh, like I lost on this. So, does that mean I should double down? No, not necessarily. You have to look at the situation now. And in my opinion, right now, like it is an extremely undervalued chain. Probably the most undervalued chain based on the community, based on the potential, based on the rumored $1 billion that the founder has that he may input into the chain. For me, it feels like a good gamble. Of course, that's not financial advice. Other people should do their own research. Bring their own beer, all that kind of stuff. But I feel good about it.
Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. The price is what the price is right now. The value and what you hit on there too, undervalued, is what so many people believe this ecosystem is. And it may take time. It may take effort. We do the work. Who knows, like that there's no timeline for all these things, but that's kind of, again, this is how, this is what it's been. And we can talk about potential, all the things. We can talk about all builders in the ecosystem. We can talk, but the price and value. Price doesn't always reflect value. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. And a lot of people believe this place, as you said, is undervalued. So what happens when it goes from undervalued to properly valued or even overvalued? That's what I hope people are able to see.
For us, that means many X's. Like the undervalued to properly valued. Like we're talking, what are we? We're like 10x to SAC rate right now, right? On Pulse, more. What's Pulse right now? Yeah, so we're like 10, 15x to SAC rate, which some would argue is properly valued. I think would still be undervalued. Like I think you have in my opinion, probably at least 3x SAC rate to be properly valued. So let me do some quick math on that. So what are we at right now? 7, 8. Yeah, 38x is fair value in my opinion right now.
Okay. But yeah, anyways, it's always interesting to, again, it's people have questions, people are, feeling how they feel, and I get it. It's it's easy to kind of like look at, oh, I wish the price was higher. Oh, I wish the community had this. Oh, I wish Richard was streaming on, all those are things that a lot of people in the community and myself, sure, that'd be nice if those things happen. But yeah, like I said, I think this place, I also think this entire place, not just forget all the coins, forget all the stuff, this entire community, the entire sphere, the entire ecosystem, I think is undervalued of PulseChain. And I want to see the community go up. I want to see builders go up. I want to see domination. Let's get back to domination talk. 10,000x club. Don't forget where we came from. Don't forget our values. And yeah, if everything comes together as it has before, or anything close to it, maybe in a new way, who knows? I think it could be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
10,000x is not as crazy as it sounds either, right? Like 10,000x on PulseChain right now is, still under 10 cents per pulse. Like it'd be, 7.88 cents per pulse is a 10,000x from the current. It could be done. And certainly on the the coins with less liquidity, right? Basically everything else, PulseX being the next highest liquidity, it'd be even easier. And on Ink and Hex on either chain, it it wouldn't take much in crypto standards to get a 10,000x, and it would look silly. Like if Ink 10,000x's, you end up with a silly price, something like $3,500 Ink. That'd be fun.
Can't get Konnichiwa for $3,500 Ink.
Konnichiwa!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me hit this one real quick while we got it too. What do you think is possible for PulseChain in 2026? This poll got some votes, and 55% of people think or want, or for some reason click the button Moon. We also have tech and price performance, just some more tech or something else. What do you think, Fast Abdul?
Well, I think it's depending on certain things, right? Like, I think in order to hit the Moon target, we need Richard back, right? And so, like I have that red notice page up on my computer, and I refresh it about twice a day. And the moment that thing comes down, I know it's happy Moon time, and I may or may not back up the truck and load up significantly more than I have already when I see that. I think that's the one indicator that I'd be most excited about, that would lead to the Moon. But certainly there's other things happening, and they will take time to accumulate and turn into something. Things like, the tablet marketing are like a slow roll type of marketing. And those things are picking up, they're getting heavier, and eventually they're going to give a result, in my opinion. And it could be in 2026, but other factors like $200,000 Bitcoin in 2026, I would say that would be something that contributed. More importantly, Ethereum price, right? Like if we saw a $10,000 plus Ethereum price in 2026, that would add to it. And it's totally feasible in crypto terms that Ethereum could go from where it is today at 2350, that it could be $10,000 by Christmas. That is not crazy at all. It's done things like that before. That's like 4x's on Ethereum. 4x's on Ethereum, I think would affect the price of PulseChain by more than 4x's.
4.5x, or
at least max.
Possible. Everyone's like, add some zeros there. Add some zeros. That'd be nice. By the way, shout out to, I know that speaking of builders, there's like a ton of builders building stuff out there. I've been seeing some updates from Pidius and Liberty Swap, I think Internet Money, and just a few different builders and stuff out in the community. So shout out to everyone. Fast, I'm sure you're still building. Got some building in the pipeline.
You bet. I'm in the audit phase for Vault 369, which will be a multi-collateral liquidity fork that will support liquid staking tokens as well as Provex on day one. Right. So we're going to give people some good strategy options there. There's other builders, in the community who are active, right, which I think is important, who are, who have good track records, who are, pushing the tech, like the Vouch team. The Up team has the LPX product that's doing very well, and they're building new things. Like they have the LPX guys just put up a new interface. They have some new options. They have some new pools. So that's it's a heavier topic, but people should look into that. Vouch has also made some improvements, right? And I think these are things to keep track of. Like the people who have been building for a while and are still building, pay attention.
Indeed. Sorry, chat, we're about to wrap up a second, so I can't get to all questions and comments. However, Fast Abdul, you got maybe one more topic for us to hit before we say adios?
I think right now, I think people should embrace the concept of DCAing, right? Like it's easy to get excited, and move too much, move too little, right? Sell everything, but if DCA, like dollar cost averaging is the win, right? So whatever's within your budget, that you could afford to lose, if you put it into crypto, if you put it into PulseChain, I think that's a safe choice. So if it's $100 a week and you buy your choice of, core tokens, I think that's, in my opinion, a pretty safe plan. And if it, if it moons later, you'll be happy. If there's a dip, you'll be able to still buy the dip because you're DCAing. So like, yeah, not all or nothing, guys. Like, think it out, plan it out, budget it out, do what you can afford to lose. And yeah, don't forget the value proposition. Don't look at, where was it before? Where was it now is what matters.
Yes, I think, man, 2026 be good for PulseChain. 2026, 2027, whichever one. Be happy to see some cool stuff happen this year as well. I was gonna take a look. I know a lot of people are pretty interested in Alex and been seeing him be a lot more active. And there's entire posts where he talks about, like this one, like, or maybe not that one. Maybe there was like one where he breaks down like what he thinks about different stuff. So he's been a lot more saying a lot more stuff lately as well. So hopefully,
and some of the stuff you can even understand, though most of it is cryptic.
Yeah. Like this, let's see, the magic of Rabby's wallet isn't the wallet's API is DeBank provides to all index all the chains of history, event, metadata, internal calls, which Rabby needs to do a cool thing through about 100 terabyte data for calls for growth. Yeah, so he is dev and he talks a lot about it, and a lot of this stuff I understand or I need to look up to make sure I understand it. But it's so many different things. Sigma. I hosted Hedron V2. I did a poll of like, who knows what a Watsa is? And like, I think most people, I think it's like 60% said they knew what it was. I was like, oh, great. Well, there's still
surprised, actually. Yeah.
Watsa. Shout out to Watsas. Type in RHMax, WAATSA Watsa if you want to see some content or videos and stuff. We talked about it many times before, especially when ICOS and stuff came out. What is he working on the infrastructure side? I mean, maybe we get some kind of DeBank thing or just huge infrastructure boosts and stuff. The whole HSIs or the EHEX, PHEX type deal. I mean, it's been a while since we heard some stuff on that, but that may come at some point. I don't know if he's trying to. Who knows when it's going to get released? Maybe as soon as Richard does a live, maybe all the builders who have been thinking about doing stuff or releasing stuff or otherwise would be like, now it's a better time to get it done, or maybe it's just because things take time as well. But
now is a great time for building. Like, you want to build when it's bad, like you build in the bear. But like, the truth is that I think if PulseChain has 2 or 3 green monthly candles in a row, you would see builders coming back and new builders showing up, because it is hard to build and maintain a serious product in like a down environment, right? So I think when we start being in an up environment, like, it's going to be mad building time.
I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone putting time, energy, and effort in the ecosystem. A lot of holders out there. A lot of people who have left or did other things, and we wish them the best as well. But yeah, we've got a lot in this ecosystem that is pretty cool. And again, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Hopefully we're as undervalued as a lot of people believe, and maybe we'll get to the correct value one day. And hopefully, everyone has a good time on PulseChain, even better than now. So thank you all in the chat. Thanks, Fast Abdul. Where can people find out more about you and your building and all that stuff?
I can be found on X or Telegram under @FastAbdul, as seen on the screen. I will not DM you. I won't send you a private message. That's probably a scammer, but you can reach out to me if you have any questions. And I have various websites, but you can check out vault369.com, which is the multi-collateral liquidity fork that should be coming up pretty soon. The token is out, but the protocol code portion is not live yet. So yeah, DYOR, please.
Awesome. All right, everyone. That's all we got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.
You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist?
Because I choose to. Hey, Listen, seriously, stop what you're doing right now and listen. It's important. People are getting rich right now. Truly rich. And you could be one of them. You need to see how people are becoming millionaires with Hex.com. Hex's launch phase ends on November 19th, and there's still time to get involved. Hex can make you truly wealthy. Go to Hex.com to find out more. That's HEX.com right now.